Today's my birthday, by the way, if I didn't already say at the beginning. So thanks for all of that. And we do have a giveaway. I probably should link this part at the beginning and maybe just loop around the parts at the middle part. But yeah, so we'll edit that in post. I'll have that all sorted out. Aloha YouTube, this is AcquaNINJA, and today I'm actually going to talk to you about Apple WWDC 2017. So much new news and I have to cover it. I've actually been super excited about this for the longest time, and I said, why not actually just let it fly? So I'm going to talk to you about all the big things that happened and kind of just review and go over what I kind of took away from the event in general. So one of the big things was the Apple Watch OS, which was pretty impressive because like most people, they kind of were like, well, what could they really improve about the Apple Watch? But new modes, new watch faces, easily seamless. You can transition between different exercises you're doing. It makes it actually have functionality and actually become a practical thing to kind of like, actually have a reason to use your Apple device. Because honestly, most people didn't really use Apple Watch for Apple Watch. They just kind of kept it in their thing and they were like, you know what? We're kind of going to just use it like that. One of the main things was actually iOS 11. This is like so many topics in general. Like this inevitably got me so excited about Apple WWDC. So many new things, as you can see. You got the new message, the new Apple Pay, obviously new Siri, and the camera and the photo transcriptions. Woo! It's so beautiful that it was one of those things that you really can't have any arguments with. You know what I mean? It's just a beautiful thing. This is a new control center. Actually, I'm gonna have a video coming out pretty soon because currently I'm using iOS 11. Like right now, I'm recording this video, so I have a video coming out probably tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, the new control center is freaking dope. Even Apple Maps has this new thing where you can see where you can kind of see the inside of stores. So if you're in like a Best Buy or a mall or something like that, and you're like, I wish I knew like the interior and stuff like that, so you don't have to keep going to the kiosk or the little center area that shows everything. Now you can actually see it directly from Apple Maps, which is a really big feature. And another one is actually this thing called basically do not disturb while driving, which is really crazy because Apple's trying to like basically save lives. They said, hey, we realize a lot of people text and drive, and we want to alleviate how people could do that. So essentially they have a thing where if you're texting while you're driving, it'll well, it gives you an option to turn it on, but basically they kind of by default will prompt you to turn it on, and like you basically have to opt out of it if you don't want it to do that. And essentially it like makes it so all of your notifications don't come through. So if somebody texts you, it just won't say anything. It'll just be a blank screen. If there's really urgent, then they can send a text after that and say urgent, so that way they can text you if it really is something like urgent or big like that. I just switched hands, that's why I was like a little bit on the flip side. The new app store, it's got a lot of cool stuff going on in there. Honestly, that probably is one of like the highlights because it's revamped. It's actually pretty new. I mean, she's super excited about it. Basically 3 new tabs. They are today, where anything new that happened that day shows up there. Their games has a separate thing, and then apps, which are like normal apps, they have their own separate thing. So each thing has its own little category now, and I think really cool. Like I honestly always wanted to have a way that you could separate those 3 things. Some people just go in the App Store and they just want to get games. Like, I just want to kill time. I got 30 minutes to kill. Why not? Other people, they really just want the best app. Or some people just want the cool app. Like, I want the app that everybody else is downloading. Why not? It's great that they actually put that into the thing. It is for the developer. So, like a lot of things like after this point probably won't be for the common folk. But for us developers, Arc, which is Arcit, which is basically augmented reality. Basically, it's tools that allow us to develop for augmented reality, which is essentially how Pokemon Go and Snapchat, Instagram filters that apply things directly to your face, essentially how they work. And I think it's really amazing that Apple puts out their SDKs and their toolkits so that us developers can develop for them and they can actually make a difference. So it's really, really amazing that they actually did that. They showed about Pokemon Go, ironically, and they actually did a little demo where they showed their 3D interface in the actual thing. So this is like the actual conference, and they were, you know, they had a table and they were like, you know, you see like helicopters flying over people, but obviously it's all augmented. So you see it on the screen that the helicopter flew over, but you obviously can't see the helicopter actually fly over because it's not really there, of course. That's what augmented reality means if you didn't know. And then one of the highlights of the show was obviously the new iPad Pro, the new MacBook Pro. So basically these things, they just basically hinted at it. They really didn't show too much about the new tablets and the new computers. They kind of just like, hey, you know what? Wait a second. We're gonna put it out there for you, but hold your horses. We're gonna hit you. But the tablet version of iOS 11 is pretty freaking dank. They have a new, as you can see on the bottom, it's like it looks almost like a Mac, a little Mac's multitasking bar. That's actually what they call it too, the Mac multitasking bar, where essentially you can like have all of your apps at the bottom of the screen, and you just kind of like, you can pick and choose which one you want to use. You can even drag and drop now, so you can, we're not gonna say like Windows, you know, has been doing for the last 3 years. We're just gonna leave it at that. But it's really cool that you can actually do it. You can drag and drop apps. You can pick how much of the screen you want each app to use. So if you want one app to use like this much of the screen, you can do that. You want to use half the screen, you can do that. You want to use all the screen, you can do that. So it's really customizable in the terms of like dragging and dropping. Pretty cool. I gotta give it props. They finally said we're gonna take the thing, we're gonna do it. HomePod. Okay, so if it's one thing you get from this, is this thing right here. Okay, it's the Apple HomePod. It's a little, looks like a, I don't even know a good name for it. Like it looks like a cylindrical Google Home, but like all cylindrical, not like that little Febreze thing on the top. And essentially, this is Apple's wireless smart speaker. Now, we got Alexa, we have Google Home, we have a plethora of wireless speakers. But of course, Apple's like, you know what, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it way better than they're doing it. So they're charging $329, which is not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like for an Apple price, not bad. But really, I'm like, what could it possibly do that's better than Google or Amazon? Like I don't really see a market niche for something like that. Like it's a very niche thing to buy. Like it's like, I mean, this is either for the Apple fanboy or for somebody who logistically is like, I have a room that's a weird shape and I want to get the best acoustical sound output for that thing. And in that case, I would say go get a real speaker. I mean, no offense, but I mean, this Apple speaker with its, you know, 7-core, 7-layer speaker system, you know, whatever they're going to say in their thing. Ironically, it is something like that. You know, I'm like, that's not better than an actual speaker if you just bought a speaker that costs equivalent amount of money. But I mean, it's up to the person to buy whatever they want to buy. That's pretty much all the things that they wrapped up with. You know, iOS, watchOS, new computers, new tablet on the way for the future. We don't really know too much about it. iOS 11 on all the platforms, and then that new HomePod. That's pretty much all Apple DC, WWDC 2017. This is a quick recap just to let you know like what happened in it. Try to keep it under 10 minutes. I think I did that. So remember, comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, you guys have an aqua day. Peace. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the giveaway. So to enter the giveaway, the links are going to be in the description below. Peace.